Think of your brightest 8th standard student for a moment. You know the one.
Oh, yeah, the one who can verbally explain, like, complex science concepts with perfect clarity.
Right. They participate in debates, they're brilliant, but then you open their physics notebook and their handwriting looks like a stress test for a seismograph.
Oh, it is completely illegible.
Completely.
It is a paradox every educator knows too well. The cognitive ability is off the charts, but the physical output completely fails them.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are speaking directly to you, the Indian school owners, principals, coordinators, and teachers listening today.
You're constantly evaluating tools to improve student outcomes.
Exactly. And honestly, it is completely natural to look at a handwriting program and assume it is just another set of copybooks.
Right, just a bit of repetitive tracing to keep the younger kids busy.
But today, our mission is to unpack the source material surrounding Writewiz, because the documents prove it is not merely a handwriting book.
No, not at all. It is a complete writing ecosystem.
One that is remarkably easy to teach, easy to learn, and practical to implement across a school's entire infrastructure.
And what anchors this whole system is how meticulously it aligns with the 5+3+3+4 structure of the NCF 2023.
The National Curriculum Framework.
Yes, which places a massive emphasis on foundational literacy. It moves away from rote memorization and demands higher-order thinking.
But, a student cannot express higher-order thinking if their brain is using all its processing power just trying to remember how to form the letter K.
Precisely. That is the invisible infrastructure. If the physical act of writing is broken, the entire academic machine slows down.
So let's test these claims. The sources argue Writewiz combines a grade-wise curriculum, structured lesson progression, teacher training, and classroom practice.
Plus correction, revision and assessment, motivation and rewards, and parent awareness.
And it ultimately tackles subject writing, speed, legibility, and exam presentation. It is a massive list. So let's start with the student's perspective.
Okay, let's do it.
How exactly does this system make learning to write effortless for a child?
Well, it comes down to dismantling cognitive overload. Writewiz is easy for students because it breaks the overwhelming task of writing into manageable scientific steps.
Abandoning the old method of just handing a kid a pencil and showing them the alphabet.
Exactly. It starts much earlier with finger readiness and warm-ups.
Finger readiness, so like hand exercises before writing.
Essentially, yes. You have to build the micro muscles first. Then the curriculum moves into strokes and patterns. But here is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
They do not teach letter construction alphabetically, like A to Z.
Wait, really?
Yeah. The sources highlight a graphological approach. It groups letters by morphological families, which means their structural shapes.
Unpack that for me, because skipping around the alphabet sounds like it would confuse a young learner.
It actually does the opposite. Say you teach the basic curve of a C. Once the child's muscle memory locks in that curve, the curriculum uses that exact same pathway to teach A, D, G, and Q.
Ah, so each new letter builds on the muscle memory of the last.
Right. You leverage what they just learned. After letter families, the progression moves to letter connections.
Makes sense.
Then words and sentences, followed by visual, auditory, and cognitive writing, before finally pushing into speed writing and subject and examination writing.
It's like learning to swim.
I mean,
You don't just throw a child into the deep end and yell, "Swim!" You start with breathing exercises, then kicking on the wall, then arm strokes.
that is a great analogy.
Writewiz is doing the exact same thing for fine motor skills. But here's my question. If you roll this out school-wide, how do you handle older kids?
Right, you can't put a 5th standard student through finger readiness meant for a 1st standard student.
Exactly.
The sources address this with the Writewiz escalator method.
The escalator method.
Yeah, so every student moves one suitable step ahead according to their present ability and grade requirement.
Meaning a 5th standard class enters the program at a completely different conceptual level.
Correct. There is no repetitive stagnation. The whole school moves up together on this escalator.
Okay. But teaching a primary student to write neatly is one thing. How does this escalator carry a student all the way to the intense pressure of board examinations?
Well, the physical environment of the program actually evolves with the student. It is a progressive line transition.
So the paper they write on changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
For early years, they start with large 4-line pages for maximum boundary guidance.
Right.
Then that refines into optimal 4-line pages. Once fluency hits, it progresses to 2-line, then single-line.
And eventually just blank paper.
By the 9th standard, yes, blank sheet writing.
Yeah.
But there's a Brilliant transitional step before that, using dashed blank sheets.
To give them a subtle visual anchor so their baselines don't drop.
Exactly.
Let's talk about a huge pain point, though. In my experience, the moment a school switches a child from a pencil to a pen, their neat handwriting completely falls apart.
Or when you suddenly demand they write 3-page essays.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, the mechanics just disintegrate.
The curriculum explicitly manages that pencil-to-pen transition. They often use a strategic pause.
A pause.
Yeah, when introducing a new spatial constraint, like moving to a single-line format, they revert to a pencil briefly,
Wait, reverting to a pencil in middle school?
just temporarily. It isolates the variable. The brain only has to adapt to the new line format without the anxiety of permanent ink.
Oh, that is incredibly thoughtful pacing.
Once they are comfortable, you reintroduce the pen. It builds stamina for higher writing volume.
And it trains for legibility at speed, which is crucial for board exams.
Exactly. The curriculum teaches maths, presentation, essays, and long answers.
Which are huge areas where marks are lost simply due to messy writing.
And it gets specific. It covers derivations, equations, and diagram labeling.
Diagram labeling is so important for the examiner's readability.
It even covers margins, indentation, and answer paper presentation. It ensures the writing holds up under the clock.
Okay, this sounds perfect for the student, but if I'm a principal, this sounds like an enormous amount of work for my teachers.
A brilliant curriculum will fail if it burns out the teachers.
Right. If this adds 3 hours of lesson planning, they will abandon it.
But the sources emphasize that Writewiz is uniquely easy for teachers. Teachers need not design lessons or invent activities.
So they aren't staring at a whiteboard trying to figure out how to teach the life family today.
Not at all. Writewiz provides the exact sequence, the exercises, and a standardized correction framework.
Then what is the teacher actually doing during that period?
Their role is completely redefined. The teacher's role is simply to instruct, demonstrate, guide, supervise, motivate, correct, and ensure practice and revision.
Ah, I see. So they don't have to be the architect of the handwriting journey, just the conductor.
Yes,
Writewiz carries the curriculum load. The teacher brings it alive in the classroom.
that is the perfect way to put it. The heavy lifting is done.
But you know, every school has that one rogue teacher who refuses to adopt new methods. How do you ensure consistency across dozens of staff members?
This is where the administrative backbone comes in. It is called GRAEM, which stands for Grade Empowering Master Training.
Is that just a one-off seminar at the start of the year? Because those never stick.
No, it goes way beyond that. GRAEM comes alongside ongoing classroom guidance, refresher training, observation, and implementation review.
Who does the review? The principal.
Actually, it involves a Writewiz school academic advisor. This guarantees that one Writewiz method gives absolute consistency across teachers, sections, and academic years.
So you have actual structural support enforcing the ecosystem.
Exactly, and the sources are very clear about where this comprehensive design comes from. Writewiz was authored and developed by Mohanakannan P, its curriculum founder and inventor of the specialized writing tools used in the Writewiz system.
It makes sense that one architect designed the whole thing. Now, what about outside the handwriting period? A child might write beautifully for 30 minutes, but then their science notebook is a disaster.
Silo effect.
Right. How does this survive in other subjects?
Through a tool called GradeWrite. Subject teachers simply grade handwriting on a scale of 1 to 5 on normal assignments.
Oh, wow. So the maths teacher just writes a quick number indicating if the script is being used.
Just takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But it signals to the student that the standards apply everywhere.
I love that accountability. And what about parents?
The sources mention Inscript parent workshops.
Because parents usually try to help but end up teaching contradictory stroke patterns.
Right, so these workshops build parent awareness. The child gets clearer home support that actually aligns with the school.
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. When a principal looks at this holistic picture, what is the return on investment?
The benefits are transformative across the board. For students, it delivers clarity, fluency, confidence, stamina, and exam-ready writing.
And for the teachers?
Ready lessons, a shared correction method, easier monitoring, and a significantly reduced correction burden.
Because reading uniformly legible essays is so much less exhausting.
Exactly. For parents, they get visible progress and clearer home support.
Which leaves the schools.
For schools, they get one writing standard, school-wide consistency, better notebooks, and stronger exam presentation that protects the school's academic reputation.
This proves our initial premise. An unstructured, in-house method relies on individual teacher passion and creates disjointed results.
Yeah, totally hit or miss.
But a complete ecosystem brings measurable, lasting change when implemented faithfully.
It truly does.
Writewiz makes handwriting easier to teach because the pathway is designed. It makes handwriting easier to learn because every skill is introduced step by step. Thank you for helping navigate this deep dive today.
It was my pleasure, and I want to leave our listeners with one final thought.
Let's hear it.
Think about this. We often view handwriting as just a mechanical output, a chore.
Right.
But what if we started viewing a structured handwriting ecosystem as the foundational operating system for a student's entire academic brain?
Oh, that is interesting.
If we remove the friction of how to write, we entirely free up their cognitive capacity to focus on what they're writing.
That is a profound shift in perspective. Thank you all for joining us on this deep dive. We highly encourage you to explore how these principles could transform your own school environments.